This is the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Smoothing Primer. I use this on a daily basis. It's one of those primers that I just know is going to work for me. It blurs skin, smooths flaws, helps extend the wear of your makeup, and it has a weightless feel. It's oil-free, fragrance-free for all skin types. Great option from the drugstore. I have two foundations to talk about. I will start with the one I've been using the longest, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm in the shade 1 and 2 Ecru. It's very long wearing, demi matte finish, medium to full coverage with a pore top. Their shade range is incredible. This matches me perfectly, and they have such a wide variety of undertones. This is the only foundation that I've ever finished a bottle of before. This is fantastic for oily skin. It's good for normal and combo. The only person I wouldn't recommend this to is if you have really dry skin or you deal with dry patches or a lot of texture, because it does control oil and it could look a little bit cakey. From the drugstore, I've been loving the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation in the shade LW2. Applicator is a wand with a doe foot. This has broad spectrum SPF 20, brightening complex for all skin types. It is long wearing, but it has less coverage than the Estee Lauder. It's light to medium buildable. It's great when my skin is more clear, a bit more natural and glowy. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Shade is Ivory number 5. This is beautiful for highlighting the face, popping under the under eyes, because it is dewy, it has a thin consistency and lighter coverage. Simple doe foot applicator. It's not going to be one that you're going to use on blemishes or extreme dark circles. It's very natural looking and great for people who are just getting into makeup. It's extremely blendable and easy to use. The Cody Airspun Loose Face Powder. It's lightweight and soft, melts into the skin. It's not cakey. It sets beautifully, has a natural matte finish, and does an amazing job at controlling the oil. It does have a very strong scent, very florally. This is a beautiful powder to bake with. And there is also Zero Flashback. I was really impressed not only with the color selection, but the formula, especially of the Balm Instain Blushes. These are creamy, blendable, very long-lasting, gorgeous flattering pigment, beautiful shades, fun packaging. This one is in the shade Argyle, and this would be beautiful for a bride. These are matte, but they're not a flat matte. They have a beautiful luminous touch to them. This one's in Toily. Promise you, on the face it translates very well. I highly recommend you check them out. This is the Mini Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Gilded Honey. This is high shine, gorgeous tone, creamy baked formula again. Absolutely breathtaking. A couple here that are very similar formula, just different shades. They're both very frosty and reflective. This is the Tarte Love Trust Fairy Dust palette, and I've made quite a dent in the middle highlight shade. It catches the light beautifully. And then this one from the Pur Sculptor Palette, the Originator shade, is similar, but much more gold. For a bronzer, I've been using this little mini bamboo bronzer from Ciate London in the shade Palm Island. It has the perfect tone, perfect warmth, perfect blendability, perfect pigment. It doesn't skip on the skin, it's not patchy or dry. I do have two top palettes of 2018. The first is the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. This is a revolutionary formula in my opinion. I have used every single shade. I can create a ton of looks with this palette. It's so inspiring. Creamy mattes, these glittery shades pack a hell of a punch. This gold shade here, which I have made a decent dent in, makes a beautiful face highlight. Look at that. The shades in here are so pigmented. If you pick anything up from this video, please pick up this palette. It's limited edition. I'm considering picking a backup. Another beauty I discovered this year was the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. Again, this is something really unique. It's different than anything I have in my collection. There's a few different fun formulas. These mattes blend themselves. I'll swatch this shade here. And these are like a pressed glitter-esque. Look at that. And then these are like a reflective mirrored shade. Such a beautiful color story, endless looks to create. I highly recommend this one as well. A couple mascaras I enjoyed. The Stretchex Stretch Lash Effect Mascara from Touch in Soul. This is fantastic for lengthening and separating. It has a spiky brush with a curve in the middle. Very black, doesn't flake, doesn't move or run. And I have not heard hardly anyone talk about this. And that's one and the same with the Butter London Double Decker Lashes Mascara. This has a thicker bristle, and this is beautiful for when you want that wispy, thick, curly look. A few brow products to mention. My number one is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I am in the shade Dark Brown Bitch. I'm sure you've seen this before. It comes with a spoolie and a retractable pencil. I've gone through a couple of these, and you really have the freedom to create the brow that you want. You can go in with a lighter hand for a more fluffy boy brow appearance, or you can go in heavier handed with more shading to create a fuller looking brow. The spoolie was very appropriately manufactured for this product. The only thing I dislike is that I go through these fairly quickly. This is the BrowGal Convertible Brow Trio in number 2 brown hair. These powders are really soft, and it's perfect for a makeup artist or someone who's on the go. I have gotten into the habit of using this middle shade at the front, the last shade towards the middle and end. And this is nice for a more filled in, even up to the Instagram brow look if you use these wet. A little goes a long way, and I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I do. If you're looking for a different consistency, the Chella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream is a nice one. It has an angled brush and brow cream. You need the tiniest amount. This is really easy to use because it's very blendable, and it practically sets itself because it's more of a pomade consistency. The Tardis Lip Paint in Flaming Hot. This is a gloss. It has an incredible sweet scent and a really easy to use curved applicator. And this on the lips is breathtaking. It's a raspberry red with blue shimmers that reflect the light in such a beautiful way. It's very comfortable, not really long wearing. You will have to reapply this quite a bit throughout the day, but it's just so fun and so different and beautiful. I really love playing with this. Just got my flashlight on my phone here so you could really see. Another option if you're into glitter, the Ciate London Glitter Flips. This is a mini of Infamous Holographic. Again, has that curved doe foot applicator. I was really impressed. Let's see if this works on my hand here. So when you apply it on, just looks like a regular liquid lip. Okay, we'll let that dry down. All right, I think it might be dry. So when this does dry down on your lips, you take your finger and press and rub to reveal glitter. And the more that you do it, the more glitter is exposed. And it does this all without disturbing the natural state of the liquid lipstick. It still is just as long wearing, just as creamy, just as comfortable as their normal formula. And this looks so gorgeous on my skin tone. Milani lipstick number 55, Bahama Beige. Smells like chocolate. It's a stunning caramel nude. And if you have similar coloring to mine, you would adore this. Truly a no fuss lipstick. Creamy, easy to apply, long wearing, very comfortable on the lips. I don't need a lip liner. Setting and finishing sprays. The first is MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is incredible. I have already finished almost finished a previous bottle. This is perfect for prepping before your foundation, before primer, before setting your makeup to get rid of any powderiness and melt everything together and soften. And it's also amazing for giving shimmer shadows a better edge. And my all-in-one setting spray is the Urban Decay All Nighter temperature control technology to lower the temperature of your makeup and keep it on longer. It prevents transfer and creasing, gives you more waterproof qualities, has a beautiful mister, and it just works. I remember one time I forgot to use this at the end of my makeup, and when I went to hug Cody, there was a pretty generous patch of powder from my face left on his jacket. So, never again. And these guys in conjunction are perfection. I cannot live without these Sephora blotting films. It comes with 50 sheets. They do an incredible job at absorbing oil and much more effective than powdering over your face. These are fairly inexpensive and they're the best ones on the market that I have tried. My favorite way to remove my makeup are cleansing balms. This one I've been using the longest, the Clinique Take the Day Off. She is running low. I love this. I also received this one in my BoxyCharm, the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away. These are fairly interchangeable. I do believe that this one is cruelty-free, however, so if you're looking for a cruelty-free option, cleansing balms are highly effective methods of getting rid of makeup on your face and eyes. You can actually see the makeup melting away. It's incredibly easy to remove from your skin. Rude. They don't break me out, they don't disturb the natural moisture in my skin, and the only thing that these have a hard time removing is lash glue. At least the lash glue that I personally use. I use the Kiss latex-free lash glue, and sometimes I will have little bits of that left behind, but waterproof mascara, foundation, concealer, powder, eyeshadow, eyebrows, blush highlight, everything else, it thoroughly removes and does a great job. The Too Faced Mascara Melt Off is a cleansing oil that removes waterproof mascara. It comes with a wand-like applicator that's been thoroughly soaked in the oil. That's disgusting. When you're ready to take your makeup off, you run this through your lashes, let it sit for 60 seconds. Your mascara wipes away. This not only thoroughly removes it, but it conditions. It's infused with lots of vitamins. I wish I knew about this a long time ago. I could have saved myself a lot of time and a lot of lashes. The Jeffree Star Velour Lip Scrubs. This one's in Blue Raspberry Sucker, infused with vitamin E, aloe, tons of sugar crystals. These last a ridiculous amount of time, almost too long. I cannot recommend this enough. I use that every other night, and over top, I love the Jack Black Lip Therapy Balms. They're infused with shea butter, have an SPF of 25. They get rid of any part on my lips that I don't want, and they just make them look and feel perfect. It has a thick Vaseline consistency. This one's in grapefruit and ginger, and this one is in natural mint and shea butter. This will be the last lip balm you ever try. Getting close to the end here, a couple tools I want to talk about. If you've never heard of a color cleaner, this is to clean off your makeup brushes in between uses. You can see this brush has blue pigment on it. So what you do is you rub it around into this mesh sponge, give it a good scrub, and no more color. You can see the brush is still stained, but it's not going to disperse actual pigment onto your eyes. So what you can do is easily switch between colors using the same brush really, really easily. Again, this is not something you would want to use in between clients or things like that. This is not sanitizing or cleansing your brushes. This is just for personal use and if you need to pop between colors on the same client. These are really inexpensive to purchase. You can find them anywhere. I got this one on Amazon. Don't pay an extreme price for them because it's all the same little sponge, and they're really easy to clean. You just pop them out, wash it with some soap and water, very gentle soap, and pop it back in there. And if you need just a quick fix, just flip it over and use the other side. Very handy tool to have. My number one tool is my beauty blender. It's an absolute lifesaver. I won't apply foundation in any other manner. There's just nothing out on the market quite like this guy. When you run it underwater, it gets really fat, very soft, has a real high quality blend. This holds up extremely well as opposed to my Real Technique sponges would always get tears and holes and fall apart. If you haven't tried the official beauty blender, it's worth the splurge. And finally, my favorite brush line of 2018 is Luxy Beauty. I have quite a plethora of brushes here, and I use and love every single one of them consistently. While they aren't extremely inexpensive, they're definitely in the mid-range area. But if you're really interested in trying them, I highly recommend you sign up for BoxyCharm because I have not paid for a single one of these brushes. I have received every single one of these in my BoxyCharm subscription at some point in time, and these are truly amazing. The way they're cut is superb. The ferrule, the handles are high quality, ridiculously soft. I can't say enough good things about how well these brushes blend and pack on product. There's only one brush out of all of these here that I have had the ferrule come out from the base. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very gentle when I wash my brushes, so I am that cheap girl that will just tape it back together and put it back in. That was it for my 2018 favorites. Thanks for hanging out with me. Everything that I mentioned will be linked below. Check that out. I hope to see you back soon. I do have a palette declutter coming up with over 45 eyeshadow palettes, so if you're interested in that, feel free to stick around. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Happy 2019.